Welcome back to Half the Battle. I'm your host as always, Daniel Levi, and joining me now is UFC lightweight Jared Gordon. Jared, welcome to Half the Battle.
How's it going, man? I'm doing well. How you doing?
It's going amazing. So, man, I introduced you as UFC lightweight. I know your last one was at featherweight, but how did this one get agreed upon at 155?
Well, I had a little mishap my last fight. I missed weight by 3 pounds. So I think the UFC kind of wanted me to move up because I had a huge cut. And they didn't want to see me miss weight again. And I got tired. I've been having a hard time making weight as well or something. So he's moving up also. So we're going to find at 55.
So, man, the first time I heard about Jared Flash Gordon is when you sent out that tweet, and I'm sure you've heard about this a million times. You said that basically this time last year you were living under a bridge, you were doing hard drugs, but you overcame all that. You made your UFC debut. I mean, dude, that's some real shit. So I got to ask you, man, I mean, how were you able to turn things around so positively and make it to where you are now?
Well, I've had enough of living that life, and I was in and out of rehab to jail and getting in trouble, and I just was sick of it. So, I always had MMA as a career, and I just said, I had enough of this, and I just put my best foot forward, and here I am.
So just one day randomly you were like, fuck this, I need to turn things around, and that's what happened?
Oh, no. I had 2 years sober before. I relapsed after shoulder surgery. Then I had a year and a half sober again. I relapsed after I had a metal plate put in my face. And now I have almost 2 years again. So I've been trying to stay sober for a while, but I've been having some obstacles. But it's a little different now because I do things differently, and I'll never go back to that bullshit.
Man, it's incredible, like the discipline you must have to work your way up to where you are now. Is being in the UFC, I mean, does that basically take all your focus now?
I mean, 95% of my time is dedicated to fight opportunities. So, the other 5% I'm basically just sitting on my ass or relaxing. But yeah, pretty much that, and I also go to a lot of AA meetings, and I have to keep on top of my recovery. So that's about all I do.
Man, so I mean, it's basically at a point where if you smoked one joint, you would go back to that whole world again.
Oh yeah, because my eyes, marijuana is for pussies. I'm going to smoke weed, I might as well shoot coke and dope. So, yeah, I can't drink or smoke. If I were to drink, I would say, fuck it, or if I were to smoke a joint, I'd say, fuck it, and I go right back to slamming narcotics again. I don't really want to risk that, so I don't fuck around at all.
That's smart. So let me ask you this, man. Do you get a sort of high from fighting?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever had, and nothing compares to being in the cage, especially when you get into the octagon in the UFC. It's obviously the highest level of fighting, so nothing quite beats that.
Dude, in your debut, I mean, it's one thing to win a fight, it's another thing to beat someone's ass. You went out there and you absolutely destroyed this dude. Where does your intensity come from, man?
To be honest, that's just like my style. I'm a pressure fighter, and I don't know. I guess my whole life is kind of just like, being like all or nothing. Like I'm an extremist of everything, so I just have to, in life and in the cage, just bring it as hard as I can and break people or break my obstacles, and that's what I do.
Man, that's a good way to put it, because in this fight right here, it's not like you're just taking on, a perennial top 15 guy. You're taking on a Brazilian in Brazil. We know the deal. When you walk out, everyone's going to be screaming, "Uva Moer," you're going to die in Portuguese. Are you excited about this opportunity?
Oh yeah, big time. This is on paper it's a step up in competition, but I'm gonna do what I did to my last opponent, to this guy, and I know I perform well under pressure, so I'm not really worried about the crowd. I'm just gonna go out there and do what I do best.
So Hacran, he's one of these guys who we like to call him a stealer. You know what I mean? He's one of these guys where you can whoop his ass for 4 minutes, and then he gets that one takedown at the end of the round, and he steals the round on the judges' scorecards. Are you worried about any of those tactics here?
I mean, he poses some threats, yes, but I've been training really hard for what he's gonna bring, so I know I'm gonna be able to shoot all down and come away with the win.
So you staying at 55 for the foreseeable future, or are you going to try to make that cut back down again later?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back down because if I want to perform at the highest level and top champion, I truly believe it's at 45. So I think after this, I'm gonna have to go back down. Yeah.
And man, pardon my ignorance, but where are you training at these days? I try to look it up and I just know you're from New York, but where are you training at these days?
I train at Church Street Boxing Gym with my head coach Jason Strout and my Henzo Gracie Academy, and my grappling coach there is Michael Jaramillo. He's John Danaher's first black belt. He's a monster, and he's propelled my game more than you can imagine. And I wrestle at Hoboken in New Jersey with Cody Hammer. He's Damian Maya's wrestling coach. And I do my strength and conditioning at Iron Lion Performance in Astoria, Queens. And that's what I do.
Damn, so you're training under a John Danaher black belt?
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. What's that like, man? I mean, because that dude's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, he's been at Henzo since '98. All of George St. Pierre's MMA privates that he did with John, my coach was his training partner before. So everything, that you see George do is kind of basically what I do, and yeah, he's a wealth of knowledge. I feel like, when is the knowledge when is it gonna dry up? And he just keeps coming with more and more, and it's like unbelievable. Like he has an answer for everything.
That's awesome, man. Well, Jared, before I let you go, man, what kind of message would you send to other people that, they're going through adversity in their lives and, they might not see the light at the end of the tunnel because like we already mentioned with you, man, you overcame serious adversity. Look at you now. You're doing big things. What would you say to others that are in similar positions that you were in back then?
If you were living like me, there's either two ways you can go. It's either you die and end up in prison and have a horrible life, or you get your act together. But you have to have something to work towards. So you just really, at the end of the day, you just got to put your best foot forward and look for that light at the end of the tunnel and keep trying.
Now, Jared, I know you'll take a win by any means necessary, but if it were up to you, how would this fight with Hacran go down?
I'm pretty positive it's going to end on KO or TKO in the second or third round, obviously, with my hand raised.
Well, Jared, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me right here, right now on Half the Battle. It's been a pleasure, man. Let the fans know where to follow you, man, and any message for them, go ahead.
On Twitter, Jake and on Instagram, it's Sharon/Gordon. And thanks for all the support. And I'm going to give you guys a show. I'll talk to you. So,
Jared, thanks again, man. Have a great day, bro.
You too. Thank you.